Welcome back to the Making Sense Conversation podcast. I'm Washeke Ndwati. I have been doing a lot of speaking, writing over this year on women and money. And it took me a while to realize why this is a conversation. Even when I was starting my business, people would ask me, what are you going through as a woman in business? And I couldn't quite answer the question because the woman and money conversation is important because there is a unique relationship women have with money. But more than that, there are unique circumstances that happen to women. Why? Just because they are women. Just because we are women. Just because you are a woman. Something has happened to you that would not have happened to a man. So years ago, I started my business and I opened a bank account with a male business partner. And I'm obviously the primary signatory on the account. I am the one running around. I am on media. I am on TV. Even that same bank, I trained you. I'm the one who came and trained you on personal finances. But when they are calling to confirm transfers and movement of funds, who are they calling? Him. And women, do you know how sometimes you feel something, but you don't know what you feel because there's so much conflict going on in your head about it. And the conflict is coming from maybe it's okay, maybe it's me who's reacting, but it's okay. And it's coming from all those cultural and societal experiences that have been in us since we were little girls about the place of women. Yeah, all those messages you had from so many different people. But it is only later when I really started thinking about women and money, I went back and I almost felt pain because I felt violated to some extent. Yeah, I felt that my value was not being recognized while other people's value is easily recognized. I simply felt undermined. And ladies, I'm sure at some point you have felt financially undermined for no reason other than the fact that you're a woman. In Centonomy, our clients have told me even when they go and open investment accounts at financial institutions, they're asked, where is your husband? Yeah. Even when they're the ones earning the money, yeah, they're the primary breadwinner of the house. They are still asked those questions. Where is your husband's? Where is your husband's permission? Someone told me they were trying to buy property. They were asked why they didn't come with their brother, father, or husband. So people look at women and assume an inability to take control or to take charge or to be the decision maker. And that's just one area. Women and money conversation is, first of all, women are always juggling a lot. There's a UN did a study and they said the unpaid domestic work that women do would contribute anything from 10 to 39% of the GDP. Yeah, another study equated it to about 95 days a year of unpaid work. Yeah, women, because of all the things that we have been through, they doubt their ability to put financial information in a way that will take them anywhere. Not that they can't do it. And many of them do realize it. It's because of all that nonsense we carry in our heads of why we shouldn't be the ones doing it or shouldn't be capable of doing it. Yeah. We carry guilt and shame over financial situations even when we have nothing to do with it. It was somebody else's mistake. Yeah. You sometimes experience so many things, as I said, going on in your head when you have to deal with money. And women, every so often, whether it's in your finances or your life, you're finding yourself dumbing down to make other people comfortable. That is why the women and money conversations, or one of the reasons the women and money conversation is so important, because this constant dumbing down in the house to make people comfortable, dumbing down in society to make people comfortable, dumbing down in the boardroom to make people comfortable, dumbing down when you pitch to make people comfortable, You find yourself automatically doing it. Even when you're a girl, you voiced your opinions and somehow it was not taken well, so you'd land dumb down. So we carry this let me dumb down to the extent that we start believing we are dumb. Yeah? And that is why the conversations are important. That is why for us to start being aware of subtle systems that are there. A banker actually admitted to me, actually it happens in financial institutions where they simply choose, subconsciously or consciously, they choose the male person to call. I ended up but it was years later when another bank kept trying to do it. We had now moved banks. And I told them, should you do this one more time, I am out, and I meant it. They never did it again. So women, we also have to start challenging the systems that have been there, telling us or indicating to us that in some way you're not good enough. In some way we should be speaking to somebody else. In some way you've been too vocal. In some way you've been too assertive. You've been too confrontational. In some way you shouldn't ask the questions. Yeah, we really, really have to evaluate that. But women, we also have to understand, what is it that we are challenging, and why are we challenging? So all of us, like the story I've just given, you have an experience. Like me, I probably suppressed that experience. I just didn't want to deal with what I actually felt at that moment about it. And a lot of women, I think that's what you have done. We have an experience, yeah, like that, yeah. A different experience I have, and this is not gender related. I was 10 years old. I had money and I was supposed to save it. It didn't end up being put in the place I'd asked the adult in my life to put it. And years later, when I asked for the money was not in existence. And I think it my lack of savings culture for a long period in my life stemmed from that. So you had an experience, yeah? And that experience is a fact. It happened. So we have to go back and say, what happened to us? Because whatever happened to us, like that experience to me, it, whether I realized it or not, created a belief. And that, together with so many other life experiences that were unique to me as a girl or unique to me as a woman, created a way of believing and thinking. And those thoughts were literally, you shouldn't speak up. A lot of times was, you shouldn't speak up. It's okay that others have gotten away with your idea. I had a boss who used to just take my idea, package it as his own. And for years, I just let it happen. I just thought it was okay. And then I was like, no, it's okay. Yeah. I didn't question why the other research assistants were not being made to photocopy for him. They were busy doing, research. Well, I'm also a research assistant, but I kept having to do photocopying and filing for him. I didn't question those kind of things. So you grow up just believing it's okay to be dumber than I actually am, until you probably think that's your place in life. Yeah. It's okay to be small. It's okay to minimize yourself. And with a lot of women, no matter what situation they're going through, whether it's in a marriage, it's in work, that is the common thread. And that is what women today are struggling with. That continued expectation to lower themselves, yet we are now in an age where we know we've got it all. Yeah, that we know we're in an age, and we're seeing the examples. We can go out there and do much more than we believed we can. We are seeing our strength. We are seeing our power. Yeah. So go back to those experiences. Like me, it was a bit painful to go back to them. And now they're coming top of mind because I've done this exercise for a while, but I had to go back to what were my experiences just because I'm a woman. So go back to those experiences. What beliefs and thinking did they cause in your head? Yeah. And sometimes what patterns of keeping quiet, patterns of letting the man take control, patterns of decisions are being made around you. You don't think they're right, but you've been told, yeah, it is not in your place to question. Some religious messages have been subverted to make women stay down. Yeah. So what are those messages? And this is what you can do with that experience. Once you've done that, please do this. Once you've done that, please, it was an experience, yes. Fact, it happened, yes. But sometimes the story you create in your head is not the truth. Just because it happened does not mean it should have happened. And just because it happened does not mean you are not good enough. So the problem is the experience happened with the spirit of showing you are not as intelligent and you are not good enough. And the problem that we did as women is accept that experience. And whoever was the champion of that experience, and accept that to be the truth. So it is not the truth. Just because you have a male signatory on your bank account, the truth is not that you should be overlooked when it comes to confirming bank transactions. Yeah? You should not be. So everything that has happened, you should not be overlooked for negotiations at work. You should not be overlooked for pay rises, yeah? But we also have to take a responsibility for women and be the ones to speak out. Now, if we don't speak out, if we don't challenge, yeah? If we don't say, hey, this is how I'm performing at work and I want to talk about my career progression going forward. If we are not the ones who speak up, the speaking up, nobody is responsible for doing it for you. If you are not in that household, the one speaking up and saying the way we are managing money is unfair. If you are not speaking up and saying just because I'm a stay-at-home mom does not mean I have less financial authority than you, because this job, as I say, I pointed out statistics, yeah, and now for the full-time stay-at-home moms, it's even more. That's like 100% of the GDP, yeah. So if we are not the ones speaking up, nobody will actually do it for us, yeah. So it's great to understand the experiences, but don't stay a victim. With that bank, I had to be the one who speaks up. Yeah. So with your employer, you're going to have to be the one who speaks up. In your marriage, you're going to speak up. With your relative, this black tax nonsense that is put on women, you're the one who's going to have to speak up. Yeah. If you want to actually shackle those systems that have put you where you are going to be the one who has to speak up. Yeah. So what gives you also a little impetus to speak up? It's knowing what you want. I want to tell you, ladies, you can be wealthy. Wealth is for you. I believe in a God who said, I have come so that you may live abundantly. Yeah, I believe in that for every single human being, man or woman on this earth. Yeah. So, women, we are and this is a strength, women, I want you to know that you have. We are very value-oriented. We like understanding why, what is going to be the importance. That's why we are so important to society, because of the way we look at things. If women were the presidents of this world, no child would go hungry. Because of the way we look at things, yeah? For us, it's never just the outside. It's what's the reason behind. That is why, ladies, in case you didn't know, women make such good leaders in the organizations. Organizations that have more women represented in leadership have stronger cultures. Fact. Yeah. So, what is your secret here when it comes to money, ladies? Knowing what you want, and that aligns with your values and purpose. So know what you want for yourself. Know what you want for your family. Know what you want for your career. Know what you want and go deeper, because women, you are able to do this. Go deeper. Why do you want that? And usually find it's not just the title you're after. It's not just the nice car you're after. There's something else. And all that is okay to have. If you want it, go for the car. But I know when it comes to wealth, it's going to be beyond the car. It's going to be beyond what other people see. Yeah? It's knowing what you want. It aligns with your values and purpose. Yeah? Confidence to make money a tool for that. And in gaining that confidence, do whatever you have to do to gain the confidence. If you have to go learn Campus Autonomy 101 about money, if you have to speak to someone who tells you about their journey, go and have coffee or a glass of wine with someone and speak to that person. If you have to follow podcasts like this, follow them. Yeah. If you have to Google, do it. Your confidence to make money a tool, because money is supposed to be a tool for life. That's what I write in my Making Sense book. Money is a tool for life, but in itself, it is not the life. And because it is not the life, you don't get to be undermined because of a financial status. Just because you're not the breadwinner, you don't get to be undermined. Just because you are the breadwinner does not mean you get to be made to feel guilty about it. So make money a tool, and then the freedom to go through and make the choices related to the ups and downs of that journey. So there will be ups and downs. Let's not assume this is going to be comfortable. And some women I speak to, unfortunately, they have put themselves in a cage because they want the comfort. They do get this stipend. It is comfortable, but the cost is so high. They have completely shattered who they are and who they become, because to continue getting that stipend, they have sold their souls. So the freedom to go through the ups and downs and make choices around the journey. That is what, ladies, in whatever form, it will take different forms and shapes for different people. Do not feel because you don't earn the money, you don't get to make these choices. And if that is being used against you, go out and start figuring out a way to earn your own money. Yeah. But you get to make the choice. So give yourself permission. And in that answer of wealth, please don't forget yourself. We are so used to looking after other people that the thought of doing something for yourself is foreign to women. Take a course, foreign. That's why women don't do it, because they're like, no, I'll first have to sort out school fees. I have to sort out this person. I have to sort out this relative who's asking me for money. No, do something for yourself. I realized a long time ago, because of my personality, because of how my mind works, that every year I need time away by myself. Not with kids, not with husband, not with work, nothing, by myself. And from that moment, I go to the coast at least every year, sometimes several times, to stare at the ocean by myself. I've given myself that permission. I didn't wait for the world and its systems and its beliefs to give me the permission. I gave it to myself. So ladies, what is the thing you also have to do for you? Please go ahead and do it. Get that confidence. Know what it is you want. Write it down. Break free from those experiences and beliefs. And the secret here today is simple. Give yourself permission to start. Listen to this podcast. Give yourself permission to start. Join me, because Women and Money, I'm going to talk to you through this podcast. So keep listening, yeah? But the secret today is, ladies, give yourself permission. Today do one thing that is simply about you giving yourself permission to do, no matter the guilt that your mind is going to put you through or others will put you through. Give yourself permission. Thank you. See you next time.